Hello, I'm Dr. Shoprageous. It's going to be a random read, a random tarot. Let's see. Use this right here. First off, I want to start by saying, to see a better self, one must want to better thyself. For opportunities must be given gratitude in order to equate to change that's beneficial to thyself and the world. That's of the 18th focus of the broken, praying, whole woman and man. Page of Swords, Two of Swords. Maturing the individual, Three of Pentacles. Avoiding distraction, excuse me, in thought, as well as Eight of Cups. Being the individual that can stay focused even when two individuals are joining together, that's inseparable. Being met with the Page of Swords energy. That's gender fluid. And it's of the Queen of Pentacles, where individual won't get that it's to the point where individuals that's not for the good, not even the good, just the brilliance, the greatness. Individuals that don't support can only exist at the Eight of Cups. So those individuals that, have been excuse me, my piece of toilet paper. Individuals that have been amalgamated properly, inseparably, they exist at a different emotional availability. And the emotional availability of fear, where there is no fear, you just want to always stay protected of an individual's protected of an individual's rights to say yes, to say no, to express themselves, to conquer at all times. You don't fear being brilliant. Anytime you know you're doing something brilliant and being of righteousness, then stay of that. You got the Ten of Pentacles. 10 of Cups and a Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles. Other than the 4 hours guaranteed spent to thyself and healthy sleep, then the other 10th of the day, the 2/10 intervals of the day, having the emotion to keep, unchanged by the world, unaltered by the world. We go into contact with, not to contact with, it's 7 point, God knows how many individuals. And you're not responsible for all of them. Just you. Except the interpretation where to apply the safety of greatness. Mm-mm. It's knowing that for every great conquering, an individual could not have. For every 10 conquerings, you got 8 individuals that really don't want to applaud, and that's just that on that. Being perfectly honest, not honest, righteous. We don't do honesty. We do righteousness, because righteousness cannot exist without the truth, and not the truth as it applies to anybody in existence. It's just an action that is lived, that's existent at all times. Is it? Yeah. That way, that one-two communication where beyond any type of tables that have been utilized to create different point of views and celebrate differently. It's about having that energy. Having that having that conquering of just once you completely know how to conquer without without problems. It's just the existence thereof of result. Having the result necessary. All right. You got 2 jokers and the end card. Gotta joke back and forth with you too. 9 of Swords. No fear. No fear. God didn't put us in this space to have individuals exist that would defile the individuals that pray. P-R-A-Y, not P-R-E-Y. Big difference. Therefore, especially being of God, beyond compare, God doesn't make situations where you would have to overly explain anything. I'm doing this reading because, or this tarot, because I having the energy. I was like, man, my energy is different today. And it's so much individuals consider and conquer on a day-to-day that being an individual is not about having agreed interpretation of several. You know what I'm saying? As I sit here, is knowing you don't go with outdated fears. If every day has been good or is good or great and a conquering day, what made that day that seemed like, oh, so different that day? Outside of that day is any other aspects. It's any other aspects of everything, to the point where you don't covet, or you don't, 10 of Swords, you don't covet. Let me get a different reading. 10 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups. So you basically just conquer. And the other 10 of Swords in the presence of a 9 of Swords with a page of Pentacles. Gotta show you exactly individuals that only have that only have certain point of views. You got the nine of Swords. Every thought put forth per month to create. The Page of Pentacles. Might be just the age. And the might be the age, but you don't go into fear. You know what I'm saying? That way, you got vitality, strength, and the energy to passionately change our lives, and not passionately, purposefully. It's trustworthy. So, therefore, having the intellect and connection a person has with the fire and the sun, that would be the actual metabolism energy of why an individual exists. Two of Pentacles. We got the Two of Pentacles, two of decisions. I'm looking up something pertinent. You know, having an awakening, a spiritual awakening, and it's the actual incline of having the throat chakra healed. And if it's uh, a DNA of a consistent centrical conquering attempt of trying to defeat something for that amount of time, and actually being the individual that completes that conquering, but not out of no effort to succeed through righteousness. Gotta have it where whatever is necessary is necessary. You know, just as much as it God always remind you. You know, we're gonna do this like that. Hold this up like that. So that I read and I just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? So this is the protection. You know, the inner, you know, God. I ain't gonna show that. But God is like, having that interpretation in the actual timing, where the protection of the attention span is there, but not where you got to get down and out. It's just the times where God is like, if you sit in quietness, then God, and it's not about where did you hear it. Sometimes God, if you heard something within the first impression of sound, you don't give that credit to the actual individual saying it, because God is the director of attention. So therefore, when individuals have to hear God instead of worship a person for saying it, God will supply the individual that knows that maturity and don't have the actual and don't have the actual spirit of calamity. The want to heal is a major solution to carry the remaining pieces of broken pain are a forced decision made by life. provided is an optional decision to desire a solution at all times. Failure is an illusion. Be righteous. Be righteous. And it ain't to King of Cups, Nine of Cups. It's an illusion. I'm put the Nine of Cups, King of Cups. And this is an in-depth few intervals of reading, because when I'm sitting here and knowing Four of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, no, Ten of Guidons, yeah. You can't have just any reason of wanting to call for the attention span of others. That's also the Ten of, it's good and difference to look at things. So God is saying stay of, Yazakari, of good. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to explain that. You always want to stay guided. You have 10 guided reasons, 10 guided perspectives, 10 guided topics of greatness. Ten guided reasons of greatness. And therefore, you don't have to take on that energy. Sometimes when God is just out here moving in so many ways, or so many aspects, we don't trauma bond. We stay solution oriented without it being a manipulatory thought. We don't do I don't waste my belief. I'm an individual that is of keeping the life of an individual protected, starting with thyself. Being of a actual spirituality that does not condone violence or hatred or anything. God provides self-defense. So it doesn't mean that individual has an available weakness. It just honestly means that being of only needing to not find approval through several individuals. Ace of guideposts. So it's that one viewpoint that is seen in ways of, it's seen in ways of, sometimes you're on the giving end and sometimes you're on the, it's about that's the only clue. Because when you look at it, it's about protection. That's all. It ain't about